Welcome to Jurassic World. 22 years after the events of Jurassic Park, the film is set on Isla Nublar, located on the Pacific coast of Costa Rica. A successful theme park of cloned dinosaurs, dubbed Jurassic World, has operated on the island for years, bringing John Hammond's dream to fruition. An eventful one to be sure, because this movie, while not as good as its classic 1993 predecessor, is actually really solid. It's like bringing some old nostalgia back for those that grew up watching the original movies. It has its own suspense, action sequences, and even a few surprises along the way, perfectly reconciling with the original trilogy. But many just don't appreciate how good this movie is. And so I have come to tell you about this underrated 2015 flick. My movie review on Jurassic World. Before we start this video, don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoy it. And don't forget to subscribe, as well as hitting the bell icon to see more content. Thank you, and enjoy. Starting with the positives, this helps move the series forward even more. It not only feels connected to the classic Jurassic Park series, but also expands it, giving more story details, bringing back old characters, and does more than being a generic cash grab, and instead paying tribute to the movies we all grew up watching. While it may copy elements from some of its other movies, it at least changes things up a lot at times, helping it stand on its own as a fun blockbuster that does exactly what it says on the tin. This movie also has a ton of fun action sequences to watch, especially the scenes with the Indominus Rex. My favorite being the classical scene where she fights against an Ankylosaurus. Despite Anky's best attempt at defending the boys, she was no match for Indorex. There's also the Dimorphodon and Pteranodon scene, which grew on me over the years. It's also actually quite scary to watch, as the pterosaurs pick on the running civilization. And the final action sequence with Rexy and Blue against Indorex and making her fall into the prey of Mosasaurus is also very memorable. I just wish the action wasn't so oriented on Indorex and instead on other dinosaurs as well. All the voice talents featured in this movie are also great. Chris Pratt especially. In fact, this movie basically was one of the reasons how he went on to become more of a Hollywood star alongside his appearance as Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy. Following his lead is Bryce Dallas Howard, playing Claire Dearing, who is also a pretty likable, albeit a bit of a flawed character. And Nick Robinson and Ty Simpkins as Zack and Gray respectively do well on bringing story to their characters. And B.D. Wong as Dr. Henry Wu was also a charm to see return. What this movie also does right is bringing its dinosaurs back on screen. It brings back fan favorites like Rexy, Velociraptors, in the form of Owen's Raptor Pack that consists of Delta, Charlie, Echo, and Blue, Pteranodon, Apatosaurus, Gallimimus, and so much more. And the new additions to the roster like Mosasaurus and especially Indominus Rex, who makes for a great main antagonist, are very memorable. The scene where the Mosasaurus appears for the first time is still one of the most iconic scenes in this movie. This movie's soundtrack by Michael Giacchino also pays massive tribute to the classic movie's soundtrack and also brings back the original theme in style. It furthermore helps the viewers explore what made the original Jurassic Park so memorable by also using its own direction. Since Giacchino also done the music score for the Jurassic Park video games, it makes sense why this movie has some cues from that series, helping make the action more fun to watch. It also doesn't consistently repeat the same notes a lot of times, making it also feel original and new. The world building that Jurassic World offers is also incredible and just as good as it's always been. The entire theme park of the said film looks amazing, and there's so much more. It feels like Jurassic Park built in modern day times, with the gyrospheres, and feeling more like an advanced version. As the movie builds up more, we get to see the proper spectacle of the dinosaurs popping in the scene and Owen alongside his raptors. The original movie was known for being spectacle in scenery, and the director, Colin Trevorrow, retained some of that magic that makes the franchise memorable. To fit with this movie's gorgeous CGI on each dinosaurs, the cinematography helps this even further, being very amazing and helping the film's tone. It looked amazing in Jurassic Park, and this movie is just as good as it brings its dinosaurs truly to life here. The lighting is also seen here at its best because it helps make the movie not as dark to watch, but also having some great suspense still, making it more of a thriller than a generic blockbuster. Concluding the positives, each and every single special effects used in this movie was near flawless. It has a mix of motion capture and also animatronics. The Indominus Rex looks the most realistic of them all. All of this has really improved over the years. I still think Jurassic Park has aged well even today, but man, this movie is a big glow up. It was awesome seeing the dinosaurs come on screen for the first time, and seeing just how perfectly performed the motion capture and animatronics were done. There are two negatives I have for this movie. The first one being that it sometimes copies similar elements to Jurassic Park. The biggest examples being the scene where they first enter Jurassic World alongside the classic theme song playing in remastered form, which makes the film hard at times to justify itself from the original. There are even some action sequences that have similar portrays to the old movies, which can get a bit repetitive at times. And my second negative I have with this movie is that there are multiple plot holes that are never fixed throughout and give this movie some road bumps. For example, there are plenty of dinosaur action scenes where the humans do nothing but be the creature's easy target, and the gyrospheres are sometimes not done right, including being terribly impractical, and some of their mechanisms were done poorly. Overall, my final opinion on Jurassic World: it's actually quite a nostalgic movie for me, and I still remember this coming out for the first time. I also remember experiencing it again in 2018. This movie just means so much to me, and I know many people may not agree with me on this, but it is the best Jurassic movie that's not named the original. It's rare for a Jurassic Park movie to get things right, as they just end up as an underwhelming mess and fall short compared to the original. But here, they actually gave it a valiant attempt here. It also helped bring some much needed life back to a franchise that was in need of a reboot after going downhill, but still feel connected to the original series. This movie helped carve the path for the Jurassic era, and despite some of its flaws, it's a very underrated movie if you ask me. This is definitely an entertaining movie in the series, and can stand on its own as a visually sparkling popcorn thriller. What is your opinion on Jurassic World? Do you find it as an enjoyable Jurassic flick? What was your favourite moment in the film? And where would you rank it in the series? Let me know in the comment section below, and also don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And subscribe to my channel if you are new, and hit that bell icon to see more content on my channel. Thanks for watching. While it may be no match for its classic predecessor, Jurassic World still leaves behind a big footprint thanks to its incredible world building, stunning cinematography, and retconning towards the original series.